Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Well, with a heavy heart, I'm doing this reading, and I know that it's going to be really, really hard on me because I will be navigating a lot of trauma that uh, Harry has been through, and also I will be answering the questions he have asked me regarding the interview and the information that we have got from his book Spare, and also the analysis of the interview as well he did um, on 60 Minutes. So I'm shuffling the cards and let's get started. This time, I probably will do a little bit of more brutal reading. I always try to do the reading with some neutralistic view, but I have picked up certain things about Meghan Markle which I need to talk about in this reading. Even though I try not to be cruel, I try not to say bad things about people, or I try not to be biased when it comes to doing a reading. But this time, I have picked up some information psychically, which I think I probably should share with you all. So I'm doing that. Mm, because I'm also gonna be talking about things we can learn from the situation, right? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Because honestly, even if you do not care about the monarch, even if you do not care about Prince Harry or Meghan Markle, or if you have no idea who they are, this is a very serious situation, and we all, uh, encounter people like Meghan in our life. Luckily, we're not like most of us are not in Harry's position, which is losing their parents at a very young age. So I have picked up like certain things about them. One of those things is actually, I wouldn't even need a card for it. I would be using the card for um, answering the questions you have asked me. But this is one thing I wanted to explain here is how people are like saying, Meghan Markle is a very bad manipulator, like she's a manipulator, she's a witch, she's very bad, whatever. I can assure you one thing. Yes, she has manipulated Harry, but she's not a good manipulator, in my opinion. Because someone who really knows how to manipulate someone well, someone who actually, knows the art of seduction, knows the art of manipulation, those people would not um, find any pleasure manipulating someone like Harry, right? I'll come to my point. Why am I saying this? And I would say she's one of the like worst manipulator, if it makes sense. Because if we talk about the manipulation game, uh, one of the most famous manipulator of the world is Cleopatra. And who did she manipulate? Julius Caesar. What for? Because she needed to, she needed his support, and then she became the queen. I mean, you need to have a very important reason, and you only if you can manipulate a very strong person, then I can call you are a good manipulator, which Meghan is not. Let me tell you why. She married a producer, and producer or director, her first husband. She never landed on a very good role. I think one of her husband actually produced or directed the movie called Remember Me. It was a great movie, very beautiful movie, and she played like what, a 30-second role in there. Being the wife of a director, if you were actually a very good manipulator, you would have landed in so many jobs. She did not. Okay, so I didn't see that in Megan. Number one, and also her, and I do not know anything about her second husband or boyfriend. I'm not even sure if she was married to that guy, but she never really dated a very strong figure who can help her to get something in her life. And I wouldn't say she's a very good manipulator. If she actually manipulated someone like William, and if she manipulated actually the real William, which is not possible, she was married, I do not think she could have manipulated him because William is stronger, right? So manipulating Harry is the easiest thing to do. It's a child play. It's not hard. Let me tell you why. Because Harry is 12-year old. After watching the interview, after getting like do I have done a couple of readings on them. I probably have done the most readings on Harry and Meghan because there is a lot to learn from this situation. And what energy I picked up from him is he's still 12-year old. This is not hard to manipulate a 12-year old. This is how mom raises their child, right? And also, um, I'm sorry, and also manipulating a child is monstrous. If you manipulate someone in a very high authority, if you manipulate someone like William, if you manipulate someone like Elon Musk, if you manipulate someone like Mark Zuckerberg, okay, maybe I will say hands down, girl, you are really good at it. You actually know what you're doing. Manipulating someone like Harry, this is crime. Because anyone, I'm sure, like, if he can share all these things about his mother on TV, right? He can write a book about it, talked about it in several occasions. I'm pretty sure he talked about how much frozen he is in his 12-year-old self to several people in his life, to the women he has dated, right? And if you have any kindness left in your heart, you wouldn't manipulate a man like that. The best you can do is ignore that person. Is just leave that person. Like, oh my God, you know what? You are such a child. I don't think I want to marry you. I don't think maybe, but bro, you need some help. Go to a therapist. This is the rudest thing you can do to someone like Harry, because I'm pretty sure he said that to so many people. How hurt he is, how broken he is, how traumatized he is after the death of his mother, right? Now, some of you might would say William also lost his mother. William did, but okay, 12 and 15 is not the same age. Maybe 39 and 42 is similar because both people are adults now, like they're now. But 12 is still not a teenager, still a child. 15 is pretty, mature compared to 12. And William also had a bigger purpose in life. We all know, right? Harry didn't. He didn't realize a lot of things about. Of course, William had his fair share of, sadness, and I'm sure even Kate helped him to deal with a lot of things. Kate is a wonderful person, as I said. Every time I did a reading on them, every time nowadays that I do all this reading, I've picked up her energy. She's a very kind person. She's a gem of a person, and I'm sure William Kate really helped William to navigate through his emotions uh, um, about his mother's death, and they know each other for what, 12, 20 years now. They're married for 10 years, so 10 maybe, and they knew each other 10 years before that, like 20 years of healing. Like, William actually had Kate at a very young age. Harry's life was very different compared to William's life, except of course, I mean, except for the obvious thing that he will be the king and he is the spare, but other things as well. So this is really heartful to see why would, and I have also done a reading on Meghan, if you want to go and see it, why Meghan is the way she is, and I have seen fair share of heartbreak in her life as well. But this is what you do if you do not heal yourself, if you do not work on your trauma, if you do not work on the heartbreak that you had. And Megan did not work on her heartbreak. Rather, she buckled it up and she tried to be stronger, and she tried to be cruel to the world. She wanted to give back the cruelty that happened to her to the world, right? So this is what you become. This is what become of you. You manipulated 12-year-old when you do not heal yourself from inside. And this is what I saw about Megan several times whenever I did a reading on her. And this time I'm openly saying it, right? Megan had her fair share of struggle, and someone actually argued with me on comment, and later probably she even deleted her comment when I did a reading on Megan. She didn't want to believe it. She was like, no, 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 no. She's a monster. Tell that she's a monster. I mean, I think she is now, but she wasn't that way. She had fair share of things that she did not work on. She did not heal, and then she became, you know, monster of a person, because what she did, let me tell you, she realized the fact that it'll be so easy to manipulate someone like Harry. Luckily for her, and unluckily for Harry, he is a child, 12-year-old child, traumatized adult who happened to be a prince. Luckily for Megan, it was so easy to manipulate him. And Megan knew she wouldn't get a better option than Harry socially ever in her life if she lets this go. So she did everything in her power to keep him. Why did she do that? Because of course, one of part of that is he is the prince, and also in several readings I have picked up um, that Meghan wanted to be a bigger celebrity, which is not equals to a royal. Royal is different, and I have said that in several videos again. You know, being a royal is way harder than being a celebrity. Living a royal life is way harder than living the life of a celebrity, and also you cannot shine on your own if you are a part of a monarchy. You will have to shine with the person everybody surrounding themselves around, which is the queen and now the king, and then again will be the king, William. She will never get to be the queen, and she never really realized. She thought, okay, I'll shine my own light. That doesn't happen. That's a very Americanized idea, right? Um, and also, this is not how monarchy works. Just saying. So she never realized that's going to happen, and it was so easy to manipulate Harry. The more she became frustrated with the monarchy, and I have answered some of the questions you have asked me before, like if the monarchy was racist to her, like how they treated her. I have done videos on that. I'll link it down below if you want to hear watch those videos. There are those videos. I have recently made those videos, so you can go and check that out. So every time she became frustrated, every time her um, plan didn't work, she got more and more frustrated with Harry, and Harry can only sense someone leaving him. That is the only fear he has: people leaving him, people leaving him, people leaving him, right? So every time he sensed that, it was so easy for Meghan to manipulate him. It's easy to manipulate. I think anyone can manipulate Harry. All they have to do is listen to his sorrow story, tell him you're right, and I understand your pain. And you know what? They're treating me the way they were treating your mom. That's all you have to tell him, and he would do everything in his power to go upside down, ruin everything. That's what he did. Is Harry bewitched by Meghan? Not literally. I'm a tarot reader and I'm a witch. No, she did not put a spell on Harry. I didn't pick up that. But what she did is not less than a spell. She took a broken person, made him even broken, gave him the right kind of pain to control him. That is a monstrous thing to do. Nobody should do it. If you want to manipulate someone, go for a very strong person whom you intend to live together, whom you intend to like, whose life you intend to make better. If that's your plan, do it. Someone like Harry, someone who's traumatized by their parents' death since they were 12 year old, please don't do that. And this is incredibly hard. Like even watching the videos they have posted on about the 60 minutes, I couldn't watch it. It was so painful to watch, and now that I'm gonna do the reading, I know it's going to be painful for me as well. So enough of talking. Based on the energy I have picked on them, I have said all these things, and now let's shuffle some cards and see how can I answer the questions you have about the questions you actually have about the situation. So I'm going to my email. Yes. So, well, the first question is why Harry's ex-girlfriends broke up with him. That's a very important question. I do not know anything about Harry's ex-girlfriends. Honestly, I never. Um, uh, but let's just see the overall energy about Harry's girlfriend. Like, I wouldn't say everybody's energy was same. So let's shuffle cards and see how many cards can I get. I got 2 cards already. Um, Let me see if I get any other cards. Why Harry's ex-girlfriend broke up with him. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. I got 4 cards. The Moon cards in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I got the Fool card, and I got the 8 of Pentacles. So this ladies seems like ladies with integrity and also very privileged women. I do not see this woman was in need of status, money, or anything of that sort. So I think I do not know. Please comment down below what kind of ladies, like what, who, if you know anything about Harry's ex-girlfriends, let me know who were they, what kind of people were they, because I do not know anything about them. Um, so what I'm seeing here is these ladies were probably born in a very good family. They never really had money or status issue in their life, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Moon card upright and the Fool card and the Eight of Pentacles. I'm seeing that with the Moon card in reverse, they were clearly seeing that Harry was not a stable person. Like, these ladies were like, you know what, I can get a better person. I can get a stable man. This man is childish, and all I can do is, tell them, wish them good luck with a Fool card, wish them good luck, wish them all the best. But this is not the man I want to end up with, because he has issues, he unsolved issues, and I do not want to make a mess of a life because I will be able to be, the princess of England. It doesn't matter if the person is not in a healthy situation, right? So I think these ladies were were born in very privileged background, unlike Meghan. I mean, Meghan was privileged. Don't get me wrong, but Meghan is not like a high-born, high-class, whatever they call it in England. Um, I do see like these ladies were actually was born with privilege, and they did not need Harry to shine. They can shine on their own. So and it would be a huge price to pay just to become a princess and then deal with a man like Harry, because he had a lot of issues and he still does, right? And they didn't want to do anything with him. That's why I think most of his serious relationship fallen into pieces, you know. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I mean, they wished him very luck. Like, he wasn't a cheater, he was a nice person, he was respectful, he was loving, he was caring, but not the kind of person I want to end up with because he has his issues, right? Like that kind of thing, right? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like, not very big argument, or not, they were not bad people, neither Harry was bad to them. Okay, so in one of the, in the interview, Harry said William asked him to pretend in the school that they didn't know each other, and it made Harry very upset. So let's get started and see. Let's like see what card can I pick about this situation. Why William said that to him, whether he even said that to him or he was lying. Although I don't think Harry was actually lying in the interview, he was confused but not really lying. So let's see, what am I seeing? The World card, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Cups clarified by the Five of Wands. All right, so mm, I think I do pick up this energy with the Knight of Cups and the World card. Uh, and then, of course, Nine of Swords clarified by the Five of Wands. I do see Harry had his fair share of, I'm sorry, William had, as I said, his fair share of pressure, stress with the Nine of Swords, right? And also, he was a teenager back then, in the school. They went to the same school, whatever. And he had his fair share of struggle with his teenage, puberty hit, mom's death, people always telling him he's the heir and he should behave in such and such way. So he wanted, in the school, he didn't want to be associated with anybody that he knows from his family, even if it's his brother. He just wanted Harry to shine on his own with the Knight of Cups and with a wild card. And he wanted to grow individual in the school. He didn't want to be associated with the whole situation, maybe in front of other people. He just wanted to kind of uh, have some space with his friends, rather than, because was so dependent, and still, I don't know, maybe now he's dependent on Meghan, of course, but he was so dependent on her brother, and sometimes it was overwhelming for William, young William. We're not talking about, see, when I'm talking about William, I'm not talking about the 42-year-old father of three, William. I'm talking about the young um, uh, teenager William, right? So with the Nine of Swords, it was so overwhelming for him. He's like, okay, enough, 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 like that kind of situation. I'm picking up on his energy, so his younger version's energy. So I'm just, I sometimes start behaving like a person when I do a reading on them. Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords is a clarification that yes, it's true. William did say that, but not because he hated his brother, not because he wanted to go distant, because he had his own issues, and sometimes it was so overwhelming to take care of his brother as a young child himself. Like, not child, but teenager himself, right? Okay. But Harry wasn't lying. Uh, Harry, yeah, he wasn't lying. So the answer is yes, but I also explained why. Okay, so this is very heartbreaking now. This question, someone asked me, um, mm, did Harry actually think his mother was faking death? Uh, I saw it. I was so upset to see that. Let me tell you why. Because I had a dog who was 18-year old, and every time he died, I buried him with my own hands. And he lived a full life. He was an 18-year-old dog. That's a long life, pretty long life for a dog. And every time I slept, I still do see in my dream that he's alive. And in the dream, I see that all those things that I have seen was a dream. And the reality is, my dog is still alive and he's playing with me and he's playing hide and seek. You know, imagine me being an adult after burying my dog with my own hands. I still cannot accept the fact that he's dead. Imagine a 12-year-old whose mom was fairly, you know, I mean, fairly had a lot of reason to actually fake her death. Why wouldn't he think certain things? I'm not even shuffling cards. I'm just saying it's very much possible to relieve the moment. Like maybe he's trying to relieve the moment. Maybe that that is was helping him to cope with the grief of losing his mother. And now some people are saying Harry is being superstitious for uh, keeping his mom's hair and asking for advice from his mom's hair, things like that. This kind of sentiments are very normal when you lose a parent at a very young age, or you lose someone who's really dear to you. I remember, I do not really remember much about William's wedding, but one thing I remember, I saw in a headline of a paper that William said, "My mom would be present in my wedding." William said the same thing, right? So they do like to love to feel the presence of their mother. Sometimes they want that to happen literally. They really want to think that mom was faking death. She didn't really probably have a choice, maybe even got kidnapped by someone and she's still in the kidnap zone, whatever, and mom is alive and someday she would come back. This kind of thoughts are very normal uh when you're processing the death of someone you love. And I believe Harry is actually frozen in time, but let's see, when he said that, did he actually feel that way? Though I know the answer of it is real, but because one of you guys have asked, okay, I got the Seven of Swords, I got the Five of Swords in reverse, I got the Page of Cups, I got the Five of Cups, clarified by the Two of Wands. Yeah. With the Seven of Swords, I'm seeing they even thought their mom is betraying them. And she's actually faking her death because she wants to live a peaceful life. With the Five of Swords in reverse, I'm seeing sometimes they thought maybe she's trying to avoid all the conflict, and because she's an emotional person, she probably faked her death because she wants to uh, how to say that, avoid all the conflict that happens with the media and everything. With the Page of Cups in reverse, I'm seeing, uh, you know, and the Five of Cups, I'm seeing like, and the Two of Wands. Um, Sometimes they felt, okay, this is a very innocent thought with the Page of Cups in reverse. No, no, no. Someone probably as I said, without picking the card before starting shuffling the card for this specific question, maybe someone has held our mom hostage. you know. Um, with the Five of Cups, I'm seeing they were ignoring the fact that their mom is dead. With the Two of Wands, it's a clarification. They did not want to face the reality. Sometimes they told themselves, like in their heart, not to each other, that uh, maybe mom is like, like she's not with us. Like maybe she is in Paris, whatever. She's somewhere else, and she will come back someday. This, not William, but Harry does. Harry still feels that way. Harry still thinks. I wouldn't be surprised if he still believes his mom is somewhere in the woods living a happy life, and one day she would, uh, maybe Harry would find her out, or maybe her mom lost her. I don't know. He's thinking all those things. Maybe his mom lost her memory, and someone else is taking care of her who really cared for her and keeping her off the eyes of the media, whatever, or anybody for that matter, protecting her. So they have all kind of weird thoughts. Harry and William both. Harry had more thoughts than William, but William too had his fair share of thoughts. That's what I'm seeing with the cards. Okay. um okay, so another question is, did William hate Meghan from the beginning? So Harry claimed William was so influenced by the British tabloid that he started hating Meghan from the first day. Charles did like her, but I'm sorry, William didn't. So let's just see what was the condition in the beginning. You know, got the World card, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Wands, Three of Pentacles in reverse, back of the deck, Ten of Swords. Okay. With the Page of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the World card, I'm seeing that it's impossible that William got manipulated by the British tabloids. He's not stupid. With the World card, I do see him having a lot of maturity, a lot of wisdom. With the Page of Swords, I'm seeing he also has a very good people skill. If anyone, because now that I'm doing all this reading, I genuinely believe maybe even people who are related to them are watching my videos, if not Harry himself, if not William and Kate himself. So if anybody from the royal family is listening to this reading, if you are doubtful about a person, go and ask William. He has great people skill. He understands, sees people through. If maybe even he has psychic powers. I was doing a reading on William and Kate, and I did see that William's life path number is 11. Anyone who's born under that 11 life path, they do possess a lot of psychic power. Not the empathetic power, but psychic power mostly. So if you are doubtful about somebody, and if you know Prince William, go and ask him. He would tell you he is good at recognizing people. With the Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Swords, I'm clearly seeing that William saw all of this coming right after he met Meghan. He had no explanation for it. I mean, of course, like he said to Harry, slow down, do not marry her now. I mean, he knows the danger of telling his brother to do, like, not to do something. He knows, like, he would not listen. So he was trying to be, in the beginning he was trying to be polite and said, like, you know what, baby boy, brother, slow down, do not go for it, try to understand her better. He just expected Harry would see what he can see. If William is listening to this reading, nobody can see what you can see. Okay, only you can see what you can see. So expecting people to just understand and see things that you were seeing is not going to be something fruitful. Okay, expecting wouldn't be fruitful. Just tell them, which you try to do, of course. So I do see with Three of Pentacles in reverse, I'm seeing that William saw this woman is going to break the family apart. With the Ten of Swords, and would push Harry through his limits, and she did that. William predicted that. So he tried to stop this marriage from happening. Did William dislike Harry from the big? I'm sorry, Meghan from the beginning. Yes, because he could sense she would be a destroyer, and she is, honestly. So we can't blame him, can we? And mm, and he tried everything in his power to actually stop Harry from marrying Meghan. He did that. He did that. It's true. Not false, but not because he was racist, not because he was racist, not because she was a woman of color, not because she was a divorcee. Nothing of that sort happened there. I do not see that. His reason was, this woman's gonna destroy this family. I can tell. I don't know how I can tell, but I can tell. So stay out of her. Right? Like, right? This kind of things. Okay. So, mm, about the singing seal, Cinderella story, whatever. Like, I'm not sure if you have heard of it, but I have seen in one of the videos they were saying, in Harry's book, Harry said seals were singing. They went to a place and like they could recognize Meghan, how special she is, how wonderful she is, whatever. Um, is Harry? I do see is very not superstitious. Like, I'm a tarot reader. How can I call someone superstitious? But all those things that Harry saw is not superstition. It was confirmational bias. So, what is confirmational bias is when you force yourself to see positive thing and force yourself to ignore the negative thing in a certain situation, right? Not everything you see is a sign from God. Not everything you see is a sign from the universe. Sometimes it's your confirmation bias. So this whole singing seal situation is a confirmation bias for Harry. And I got one question, and I do not really know if I should. Maybe I should just see my energies around it. Someone asked me if Archie and Lilibet really Harry's son, son and daughter. I mean, or their son. I do not understand the question. Like, you think they're not born from Meghan, or like I do not know. I do not really understand the question. But let's see the energy around it. I got Three of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Lover card in reverse, the Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Well, those who think those kids are not theirs, I don't think it's true. Actually, with the cards I'm seeing, they're very Three of Wands, Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, very much their child, but not born out of love. With the Lover card in reverse, it was more of a duty for Meghan. Meghan having a child for her was another way of manipulation and keeping Harry under her spell forever. So those kids are theirs, but with the Lover cards in reverse, not born out of love. Six of Pentacles talk about materialistic gain, and also talks about give it and take. So if maybe Meghan in the future would even trade her kids to get favors from Harry. So with the Six of Pentacles, Lovers in reverse, not a product of love. It's a product of negotiation. Their kids, right? Page of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Knight of Cups, confirmation. Their kids. There is no question asked about it. It's their kids. Lilibet and Archie is their kids. I do not know why people ask me such a question, but okay. One of the question was, it was so funny, but I would still like to shuffle cards for it. Uh, uh, one of my viewers actually commented that question on my last video on Harry and Meghan, or maybe, oh no, my last video on Harry. She said, when are they going to stop all these things and shut down? So let's get started and see when, or if they even intending to do it ever. Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Moon cards in reverse, clarified by the King of Wands, clarified by, let's see, King of Cups, clarified by, Seven of Swords. Okay, with the Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles in reverse, I see Meghan never wants to stop. Never wants to stop. If she till her last breath, she want to keep doing it. If something serious doesn't change in her life energy. Okay. With the Moon card in reverse, with the King of Wands and the King of Cups, and the Moon card in reverse, it says, if and when Harry sees clearly how manipulative Meghan is and what everything that I have said in this video, the moment Harry realizes that and starts seeing things clearly with the Moon card upright and channels the energy of a King of Wands and the King of Cups, which is King of Wands, quick decision maker, charming, um, compulsive, but also uh, they are very confident, the King of Wands. So the moment Harry becomes confident, and the King of Cups talks about, you know, mature, kindness, understanding everything, everybody else's pain. At the moment, even though Harry has been wronged or Harry is in a traumatized situation, he's still only thinking of himself. Everything is surrounded, and rotating around him. The moment he starts empathizing with other people, understands that from my story, people should learn something, not uh, whining about my problem wouldn't help anybody. Some people need to relate with me, and for them to relate with me, I need to be more empathetic with the King of Cups and confident and charming with the King of Wands, and see clearly how monstrously Meghan profited off my traumatizing situation. Only then they would stop. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. If that ever happens, this is when he's going to stop. Meghan is not intending to stop ever in her life. I do not see that from her. So I hope you like the reading, and there is a lot to learn from this one. And the most important lesson we have learned from this, I have learned from this, is you shouldn't get married. You shouldn't start a relationship and a family until you heal this level of deep trauma, or at least work on it. If you're in Harry's situation, for Meghan, if you stonewall your traumas, if you stonewall your heartbreak, you become a monster. And that's the case with Meghan. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know in the comment down below what you think about this reading. And goodbye. Subscribe to my channel, like it, and keep sending me emails so that I can do more readings for you. Bye.